a way to start. Morning, everyone. Almost afternoon. So, back to our usual spot at the pillars today. Now, tad windy, so let me know if the microphone is picking up too much. I'll put it under my jacket. Carol Ann, John, Brian, Dave, Baumgartner, Ado, Irish train guy, Lana, John says sound is fine. So you'll have seen on Twitter I shared the info. The National Airlines 747 will be in here tomorrow morning at 10 to 8 and then departing again just before lunchtime. So my plan will be to get going probably about 9:30 on departures. We'll use Dubvan and we'll cover all the way up to the 7-4 departure and maybe a few more after. We'll see. George, how do? Michael, morning to you. Now, sun is out, not going to complain, but it is going to be behind them here at Sierra 5. I do have one of the filters on. We can go up another level if needed. Adrian will be working and lurking. So, picture is fine as it is. Thank you, John. I did yesterday, John, tell everyone to go over to you at Manchester, but I think he was just done. Sorry. Little staff meeting on over at the floppy sock.
Wind check 25 degrees 11, max 21 and 15.
Richard, how do? Now, because of the wind, I've had to tighten up the motion on the tripod. So, fairly self-explanatory. A bit stiff. That didn't look like it was enjoyable for them. Yeah, John, we got runway 16, so I can't complain. We done about 4 hours for the first 2 or so. We had the crosswind runway. George says, what a change from yesterday. Absolutely.
Fraction 249 at all, thank you. Continue right onto Sierra.
Now,
contact ground 121.8. Bye-bye.
the rain is meant to move in the afternoon. But because I'm doing tomorrow as well, I'll probably be finished before it gets here. Hopefully. Hopefully. Turned down the zoom, but I might turn it back up a little bit. I noticed yesterday quality was lost. Now I was on manual focus as well, but it was definitely losing quality the further I zoomed. So start, I think it was yesterday. We're back to our 3 deltas a day. JFK, Boston and Atlanta. They'll be departing tomorrow while we're live, so we get to see that. We, John, if you have a look at yesterday's thumbnail, we had the 2 767s head-on departures right at us. It's class. What's the wind speed? I didn't hear it there. Just have a listen. Should I give it out now in a second? Are the microphones picking up wind? Because I can move it if I have to. Kind of see it nearly on the sound meter myself. No, John, so I didn't get a chance to watch it because once I finished yesterday, I drove home, showered, got changed, then had to go to work. So I haven't had a chance to watch it back. Caroline, get some rest. Chat soon. ERB, how do? I was watching Thursday. How did I miss that? Or was it Tuesday I was watching because I was in work Thursday?
Runway 6 for uniform, hello, continue approach, wind 25.11, max 21, minimum 3. Continue approach,
Andrew, how do? Baumgartner, I am on the left hand side of 28 left.
Running 51 Echo Echo, thank you. Take care, 5 Inclement running 118,
Your private Sierra and 121 right now, flight go. Bye bye, have a good day.
Running 64 Uniform, Uniform, 25 1 Runway,
John, yeah, you can see there on the approach, they are getting moved around a fair bit. So there you go, 21 knot gusts. And it is a crosswind. The sock is actually changeable between a crosswind and almost headwind for them. So Franks, welcome back.
Wind check 25 degrees 9, max 21 minimum 3.
Yeah, Franks, it is. It wasn't forecast to be this strong. I think the max we were to see up until about 3 o'clock was 12 knots. But yeah, there you go. Weathermen. Eh?
Uniform, continue right on Sierra, South Grand, Sierra, 1 in a kilo with 4 degrees 9, max 21, then 1 kilo. So right there, that's
Scott, and I'll be on tomorrow for the 747. Imagine that. So I wanted to do today because it's quite busy. I like it when it's busy. And then tomorrow we have the National Airlines 74. John, we had 3 go-rounds, an Iberia and 2 ATRs, but they were all in the cloud. The cloud base was that low that we just got glimpses of them briefly. But I think the 1-6 departures coming straight at us made up for it. Hen Air, how do? I tend not to take it too seriously, Franks, but when you're looking at the weather at 8 AM for midday, you'd expect it to be right. But they just, no, they don't seem to ever get it, do they? How do? Unknown as of yet, Alan. Like I said, my plan so far is as far as today and tomorrow.
23 Hotel Papa, hello. Continue approach number 1 with 250 degrees 10, max 21 minimum 3 knots.
Continue on S3 Hotel Papa.
Channel 20 with Kilo Vicky 505 on Sierra and contact ground M12.8. Bye bye.
F5028 number.
Alright, let's just fixing my hood.
Hotel Papa, wind 240 degrees 9, max 21 minimum 3 knots, runway 28 left, clear land.
Land runway,
Manjeet,
28 left by now.
welcome.
3 Hotel Papa.
I don't know whether any of you saw. Have a look in the Discord group. Matt was over underneath runway 16 yesterday. Got a great shot of Emirates arriving. Gave me PTSD, John. Scene of the crime for the HDMI cable. Yep, the plastic is still stuck to the fence, unfortunately. All I know is every time I stand up here, the wind starts gusting like silly. Moral of the story: I should retire from streaming, and there'll never be winds. Right, that's too much. I've moved it for a minute. Just because the wind was way too strong.
Kelly 6, good morning. Therefore, zone entry is approved via Palmerstown, not above 2,000 feet, 17H1005, south DM50 for now, and advised.
Always does, John, yeah. Always sounds worse than it actually is. Bird banger, firing shots.
Okay, expect Kelly 6, understood. Sunsync, IKEA back to Sunsync is approved. Report back at Sunsync for the run to Rosemount and just remain south DM50.
Yeah, the wind is, that's what it's doing, it's shaking the camera, yeah. Remember, I'm slightly elevated here on the pillars, so I'm exposed to that crosswind. George, it is, why?
6 miles.
Logan 25 Juliet Delta, close, continue approach, circuit 240 degrees 10, maximum 9er, minimum 3.
I continue approach runway 2 and looking 25 Juliet Delta.
Runway 3 Hotel Papa, continue right on to Sierra, conference 121 destination, bye.
Yeah, 121 8 or no problem.
Need my tripod buried in the mud. So the HDMI cable is a 4K cable. The stream is max 2K on YouTube, but remember it opens in a very low quality by default unless you have the setting changed. So hit the settings cog and bring it up to whatever your connection can handle. John, afternoon.
We check in 139, maximum 9er, minimum 3.
So the streaming device I have, George, they recommend a specific brand of HDMI cable that's optimized for the encoder I'm using. Now, I don't know whether it's just because it's a partnership or whatever, but yeah, so we use a U-Green 4K HDMI cable. I'm gonna fix the zoom after this because too far out. Now, part of that is me and the tripod as well. But yeah, as default, YouTube will open around 240, sometimes 480p, whereas I have purposely have our setup for 2K.
Logan 25 Juliet Delta, vacate 5 Airport to Sierra and contact ground and 121 decimal 8. Bye bye.
Sierra 4 for Sierra, contact ground 121 decimal 8.
Oh, Harry, I'm not going to complain. Sun is shining. I can deal with a little wind. Well used to. SE, how you doing? Michelle, 2 months in the Spotters Club. Thank you. GK Coach, hello from sunny Scotland. Doesn't happen often. ERB, enjoy your work. We'll chat to you later on. So the biggest issue I have with the wind at the moment, obviously I have to extend the tripod to clear the fence line when I'm here. And so the weight bag I have hanging from the tripod swings ever so slightly in the breeze. So that's what that little movement there is. See, that's the bag moving.
Alright.
May, morning to you.
Exactly. Roger. Don't think 2 Rosemount is approved now. Report turning southbound.
Next turning southbound from
Right, gonna fix this soon. 1 sec.
We're stopping inside RMP to the left.
65 Whiskey, hello. Continue approach. Surface wind 240 degrees, 12, max 20, minimum 3 knots.
Yeah. We get a little bit more.
Second, just for information, helicopter traffic operating off the departure end of runway 28 left. There will be south of the extended sentinel at all times in this flight.
Stop that traffic, no visual yet, but keep an eye out.
It's looking like our summer schedule, we're only going to see one. David. It looks like during the summer schedule we may only see one United 757 a day. We're going to have a triple, we're going to have a Dreamliner, and one 75. However, there's 2 days a week where there'll be 4 arrivals. So I don't know what the 4th one will be yet.
Sorry, Executive 6 is turning southbound from Planespotting.
Executive 6, Roger, thank you. Reach to Planespotting and will there remain south again?
Remain south of this. And we'll be looking for transfer over to Van Dam.
Okay, that's copied. Report Planespotting.
Sorry, report next, sir.
Planespotting.
Next to Blackstone, very exactly.
Shamrock 65 with you. The helicopter is now turned southbound. Surface wind 240 degrees 14, max 20, minimum 3 knots. Runway 28 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 28 left, Shamrock 65 whiskey.
Declan, I don't think it would matter, and not needed whatsoever, but thank you. I don't think it would matter. I do have stabilizing feet that I can put under the tripod. They're meant to reduce shake, but when you're out in the elements like this,
Executive 6, you're moving south from here, is it?
I don't think there's too much you can do.
Now for a brown car. Okay, contact miles down, which is 3 Escort 5 by now. 1 3, this is 26, sir.
If we were on the ground, we wouldn't have that problem, but because of the setup here at Dublin, you can only ever clear the fence with a bit of height and nail your feet to the floor. You can only ever clear the fence with a bit of height, and that just exposes you to the wind. Whether it be on the van or here on the pillars, it's the same. When you're over on the mound, like you saw yesterday, you're sheltered by the ditch behind you and the trees, which means you don't get that level of wind. But we all know I don't like the mound.
Tower, good day, Shamrock 34 Juliet, fully established on the RMP 28 left. 34 Juliet, altitude, approach 2 miles, 12, continue approach, 34 Juliet.
Like ideally, you'd want the tripod to have that little bit more movement in it. But because it's a crosswind, the minute I loosen the rotation of the tripod, the breeze just blows it. A brass diver's helmet for when it's raining, yeah. Adrian, on lunch, lead boots too. Yeah. Alan says they have to build Dubjet. We do the job. Get a bigger van, just stand in the back of that. Be easier, wouldn't it?
Hello, Speed 834, we are just above the RMD 211. Speed racing will continue the approximately
Thought I was in the zoo there for a minute, the way it was sounding. Sounded like me laughing. Oh, the Roxy comes back, huh?
right turn, contact ground, 125 Aviation. Okay, 11.8 and right turn on Shamrock 34 units, no way.
Helsinki, how do? Helsinki, fair play to you. I was watching you streaming the other day in -4 degrees. God knows what the real feel was.
Exact 76, enter the zone, this is River Liffey, max 2000 feet, 1005.
Yeah, John, -6 is the lowest he's done. Yeah, -2 real feel, -4 I think it was, -5. And yeah, no thanks.
Skipper 84, right turn, contact ground, 1 to left, take right. Contact ground, 1 to this way, 3 guys 8. Charlie 681, 23, 1 2, contact 2, hold on. To the left, and to my left.
Aer Lingus from Geneva next, and Neo. Of course, it was going to block it, always.
Shark 681, right turn, contact ground, 1 2 on left, please. Right turn, 21 8.
Swiss Wookie, 8 minutes out. Thank you, Adrian. Mark, welcome. So we have in quick succession Ryanair from Glasgow, Aer Lingus from Munich, and the Swiss Wookie is next to land. So when it gets that little bit closer, I'll move the microphone back out, see if we can't get Mark. This is 28 left. I'm just the opposite side of the mound. So the mound is over there somewhere, isn't it? Like literally there, I think. Or am I wrong? No, maintenance there probably. Yeah, anyway. So the opposite side of where we were yesterday. Well, we do get the little bit of road traffic here. Absolutely nothing compared to the other side. Saki doing its thing. So, Alan, yes, all runways are named after the degree in which they're in line with. So, 280 degrees, runway 28. You'd have like Manchester 05, isn't it? 050, so that's 050 degrees. 1634, the other sides, obviously. Patricia, how do? John won't like the spot I found at Heathrow. So there you go. 0523 at Manchester. AJD, how do? I can't get it. The sun, unfortunately. Tripod's just in the wrong position today. I tried to turn around to get the departure, but no good. A dub seagull in the background. That was obviously coming from Rescue 1.
As you get to Marley Park, contact Bound Tower 123.5. When you finish at Bound, if you Dublin information 118.5 will phone Bound.
Ado's favourite view. I've done that just for you, Adrian, yeah. I tried to step around the other side of the tripod and nearly fell off, so I stopped.
Good morning, Grand 19 Romeo, full clear service of yours.
Right, I'm going to try this time. Promise not to fall much. We're now seeing a Delta 330 every day, I think. DL 177. Last year during the summer schedule, that was an A350. At the moment, it's a 330. Need to set up an electronically operated Lazy Susan on top of the pillars. Told you. A turret that I can sit into on the top of Dub van and just rotate it by turning a wheel. Yep, Patricia, I'm doing that all by myself today.
Short take off, Michael, to the wind is from 240 degrees 13, gusting 2 knots.
It also doesn't help that I chose to use the camera with the weaker stabilization today because the sun was out. It has the built-in filters. Exactly that, Patricia. Exactly.
Ryanair 9er Lima Romeo, right turn, contact ground, 12 decimal right. Shamrock 3 Golf, Mike winds from 240 degrees 12 knots, wind control max 21, runway 28 left your land. Cleared land.
Twofer. Sky Warrior, formerly Scrubby.
Shamrock 3 Golf, Mike, right turn.
I kind of figured that when it started appearing. Sky Warrior is live on my Twitter, and I was like, who the hell is Sky Warrior? And then I looked and I realised. Franks, yep. GAJ has been painted. Emperor, how do? Right, moving microphone for potential Wookie. Just realised that's gonna pick up Wookie in. 1 sec. There we go.
3 Charlie Whiskey, right turn, contact ground, 12 on destination, bye. Right, 118, 3 Charlie Whiskey, right. Dealing 132 Victor, wind check, 240 degrees, 12, gusting 21 knots, runway 28 left, land. Land to left, copy, thinking with Victor.
Got our Wookie. Right, I can see the breeze picking up on that again, so I'm gonna put it back under. Zip. It's okay, I didn't catch anything. Emperor, we're not all bad. Just watch out for Ruby. She'll just ban you. And John, occasionally known to deploy a baseball bat. But yeah, other than that. So someone asked a question. This time last year, 60% of the fleet was still in the green paint scheme. But I imagine that has changed dramatically in the last 2 months. Rob, it's grand. It's breezy, but sun's out, so not gonna give out. So yes, someone was asking on the A220 and the Embraer 295s. It's a 2-3 layout. If you were looking forward, the 2-seaters are on your left hand side, and then the row of 3 is on the right. Any idea how much it would cost to repaint an aircraft? Yeah, actually, I'm sure someone in the chat knows. I'm gonna hazard 25 grand. That's just a guess, complete guess. I've never actually looked it up.
Charlie, then continue the approach. The wind is from 230 degrees 13, gusting 26.
I have bad news. The rain looks like it's going to be earlier than I thought. Wasn't meant to rain until 3:30. Looks a lot closer. I think someone once said £30,000. Stefan, thank you. Bruce says, painting an Airbus A320 usually costs $50,000.
9696, second right turn, contact ground, 129
Obviously, less colour used, cheaper. Yeah. IAG got that memo. Margie, welcome. $200,000 for an A380, Bruce says. Hey Bruce, guess what's coming tomorrow? I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the Condor paint scheme, but the one that came in as a refueling stop last year, the kind of browny gold one, actually looks nice.
Can 63 Whiskey, good day, continue approach. You are number 2, surface wind 240 degrees, mean of 14, max 36.
Continue approach, can 690.
$200,000. Madness. It kind of makes sense then why they held off changing the colours for Aer Lingus despite the livery being launched in 2019. Here we are 6 years later nearly, and they're only getting there now. Ruby, welcome. So the wide bodies can be between 100 and 200 grand. Wow.
2403, 10 knots, max 26.
KLM, Embraer by the looks. Not a Wookie. If you want the Logan Air sprayed, just park it under the 380, get it done for free. Sorry, you made me shake the camera by laughing.
Star 7 for Center 7 units, Yankee Quebec, continue number 1 service 2503, minute 10 knots, max 26.
Yep. I thought she was there. Yep.
63 Whiskey, Aviation, Sierra 5, right turn to Sierra, give the contact ground over 21
Ruby and John, designated axe and back swingers. Why does he keep saying it? Jeez.
Center 7 uniform, Yankee service 2503, 10 knots, max 26, running 2
Philip says, I like the striped Condor planes. I saw many of them at Dusseldorf Airport when I landed there last year. So we had a blue and white one diversion here last week. We did get a red and white one last year for the football team coming in. And we also got the beach one, they call it. Isn't it sand? The kind of browny gold and white. That came in from Jamaica for a refueling stop. Colin, whenever someone mentions livery, I think of Southwest colours, which hurts my eyes. You know, Southwest have some really cool, special paint schemes. Alaska as well, actually, have a couple of nice specials. Baumgartner recently travelled on a 737-200 in Venezuela. Ooh. Ruby, sorry. Oh, I think I like to swing fast but true. Absolutely, John, and that's the thing. Everyone knows them, so mission successful for them. Sorry, I was just locking the tripod a little bit more. The PSA Tribute AA is class. The orange kind of scheme on it. PSA, isn't that what it's called? And I like the Starliner as well. ATR next.
Runway 338. Failure 338, taking up 2 surface wind 250, cruise speed at 10 knots, max 20. Continue 338.
I don't know whether you've all seen or not. We would have been used to seeing them here, the 2 special 757s from United, the New York, and I can't remember what the other one was. Is it Florida maybe? The Her Art Here liveries. They're gone. They've returned them to the normal United paint scheme. Peter, how do? David, we also have the problem that the sun is behind the aircraft, so it's I don't know, I can barely see it, so I don't know whether you can. Stefan, chat to you later. Off to the dentist. Please cause me pain and take my money. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? I can't give out. That's where my wife works. It's amazing how things change, David, isn't it? Fav was our favourite ATR, and now we just don't want to see it anymore. Lana's gonna apply to work on the Emerald props. Oh yeah, Lana, you were on one at the weekend, weren't you? Patricia has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Patricia. was grand. I was here yesterday for the crosswind runway, but I've been working both nights as well, Saturday and Sunday night, so
240 10 -20.
Lana says yesterday, and it was great. Becky, how do? So Lana, you reckon we'll get Dean on one, will we? This can't be nice for them now. We saw the Pilatus yesterday absolutely get thrown around, landed on 1-6. Now, keep in mind how far out it is.
240 degrees, mean at 10 knots -20.
Focus isn't gonna like this too much. Pilot saying the wind's a beach today. Oh, come on.
Sorry, 69 Charlie, surface with 240 degrees, mean at 10 knots, -20. Runway 2 left, clear to land.
Runway 28,
GP Cop is the registration. Doctor and a policeman. Fair play to him. Qatar Dreamliner. Patrick, how do? Welcome back. You know, I know you might think I'm mad because it has the better quality, but I'm strongly considering scrapping this camera for streams. It just doesn't seem to work as well as the other one, despite it supposedly being a better camera.
Established on the inbound for runway 2 inbound.
Gemstone 31 Julie Bob, continue number 1, surface wind 240 degrees, mean at 10 knots, -20.
Continue approach Gemstone 31 Julie Bob.
What happened there? I don't remember pressing that in there. 1 second. Sorry. 1 sec. I've hidden you by mistake. I will fix it now. There, fixed. Sorry. I was turning my phone screen back on and I accidentally muted you. USA. Apologies. David, thank you very much. mandatory tractor cam. Colin says, I might be on that plane later this year to Doha. Nice. Plane needs a wash too, Ian.
Hello, Sherman 5, Whiskey Delta, we are established 5 miles per hour. Sherman 5, Whiskey Delta, good day, continue number 2, surface wind at 240 degrees, 13 knots. Calvin to you, Sherman, okay. Good afternoon, Gemstone 22 Charlie X-ray. Gemstone 22 Charlie X-ray, can I continue number 2, surface wind 240 degrees, 13 knots. Continue for turn left, Gemstone 22 Charlie X-ray. Gemstone 31 Charlie Papa Vacant Sierra 4 on the Sierra Smith to ground 121 decimal Islam.
Vacate at Sierra 4 onto Sierra and ground at 121 decimal in Gemstone 31 Julia Papa. On.
German 5 Whiskey Golf, surface wind at 240 degrees, mean at 10 knots, max 20 runway, 28 left, here's land. Land 28 left, German 5 Whiskey Golf.
Sue, welcome. Ooh, look at you. Sneaking. So as I'm panning, I'm gently moving the tripod, and then a gust of wind comes along, moves my arm and the tripod handle, and that's how that happens. Sorry. Mark, 2 months. This is EI what?
Number 5 Whiskey Golf, vacate Sierra 5 on the Sierra ground 121 decimal Islam. Sierra 5 on the Sierra ground 121 late, Sierra 5 the Gemstone 23 Charlie X-ray surface wind 250 degrees, mean at 10 knots, max 20, wind 2 left, here's land. Clear land 2 left, Gemstone 23 Charlie X-ray.
Mark says, 2 months and counting. Glad to be part of the crew. Great to have you, Mark.
Degrees, mean at 10 knots, minus 20. Good afternoon, Rainer, 2000 meter, 5 miles. Ryanair 22 Delta Victor, Quebec, number 2, surface wind 240 degrees, speed at 10 knots, minus 20.
Sorry now, when I'm zooming, the breeze is causing havoc with the stability. Ooh. Come on. I've nearly swapped cameras at this stage. Firewalker John, 6 months in the Spotters Club. Richard, chat later.
04 right here and 121 display, Gemstone 23 Charlie, 300.
Ryanair 22 Delta Victor, surface wind 240 degrees, mean at 10 knots, minus 20, runway 2 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 2 is left, Ryanair 22 Delta Victor.
Susanna, afternoon to you.
Target A, Shamrock 643, ORP 285.
Shamrock 643, surface wind 250 degrees, mean of 10, minus 20. Your number 1, continue approaching.
Approach straight left, Shamrock.
Hopefully the breeze calms down a little bit for tomorrow, because we have to use the roof of the van for north side departures if we want to see the 747. Patricia's off to fall asleep again.
This minute, stop at right.
Number 643, surface wind 250 degrees, mean at 10 knots, minus 20, way to get that to your time.
Land 2 left, Shamrock.
Philip, how do?
Follow Delta 65 and then Delta Shamrock 2 left.
I'm just looking there. It looks like the Turkish 330 for today has been changed to a 321.
Continue Gemstone 65 and then.
John, it's meant to be between 10:30 and 11. Now that's if it's not delayed.
Call say again? Couldn't Bravo Charlie Kilo pass message? Echo Bravo Charlie Kilo, you're cleared for zone entry, VFR not up to QNH of 1005, next time comes. Remain south of Valley on the whole.
Philip, it's meant to land at 7:50 in the morning and then depart just before 11. Stand by for Silky Way. How do? Silky Way. Runway behind me is departures today. This runway is arrivals. He's coming back for round 2, so headphone warning. Oh, it's a different bike. No, it's him. So, Silky Way, during the daytime, Dublin Airport operates segregated runways. 28 left for arrivals, 28 right for departures. Unfortunately, we can't cover both at the same time because that's in the middle between the two. Occasionally, we're able to turn around and catch something after it's rotated, but yeah. So, you can do one or the other. You can't have both. Sounds better than an F1 car. That was a Honda SP1 or SP2, I think. So, yeah. They're a proper machine in the right hands. I won't be using this camera tomorrow, that's for sure. It's annoying me. May, unfortunately, people have said, why don't we cover here late in the evenings from this spot up until the hours of darkness, but it's not where you want to be because it turns into a race strip for cars and bikes, unfortunately. Aircam, welcome back. Yeah, the same as that, Patrick. I'm on bikes since I was 16.
And you're 5, 6, 9, 4, surface with 2, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3 knots from my 2 left, clear to land. Clear land, 2, 8 left, Ryanair 5, 6, 9.
There's a time and a place for everything. And the first thing they teach you, go fast in the right places. A road littered with potholes and has cars parked all along it because people are plane spotting isn't the place. Michael, in at 7:50 and then out just before 11. National Airlines 747-400. Times are still subject to change though, take that with it.
Sierra 121, definitely, Ryanair 5694.
Katie, how do? Our LA 330, 50 minutes away. Thank you.
German 690, correction, Shamrock 6 November, service 0 degrees 131, runway 211.
Michael, correct. Arriving 7:50 a.m. Departing 11 a.m. or just before.
Hello, this is Boeing 11 Romeo.
David, no clue what it's carrying, unfortunately. It's coming in from Chicago and heading out to Liège, whatever it's called. If the picture gets too dark as the clouds pass overhead, let me know. I'll turn off that filter. Although it looks like the cloud's going to break again for a couple of minutes. It's going to get bright again.
189 today, continue number 1, surface 240 degrees 12 knots. Boeing 11 Romeo Vickers here, 5 up, here's contact ground on 121 decimal 8 LCR 5 and 121
Ito, welcome.
Sunturk 1189, surface wind 250 degrees, mean and 10 knots, minus 1.2 left, here's land. Ryanair 98 Alpha, expecting over 2 surface wind 240 degrees, mean and 10 knots, minus 1 left.
We went behind the pillar. Come out. Seagull. Yeah.
240 degrees, mean and 10 knots, minus 1 left.
bit dark, or has the sun come out now and fixed it? Let me know, because it does look dark, doesn't it? That's too bright now, isn't it? Rod, welcome. Says he's in immigration, but I think he just paints engines. Comparing horsepower, look. Breeze is killing me. Won't let me just pan the camera.
Land on A28 left, Shamrock 43 Romeo. 10 minus 20.
Sherman 5 Kilo Echo with you, fully established RMP 28 left.
Sherman 5 Kilo Echo today, continue number 1 surface wind 230 degrees, 11 knots.
Continue Sherman 5 Kilo Echo.
Adrian, no stress, you know yourself. Today was just a little, because it was busy, I wanted to be here, and obviously we're splitting the time between today and tomorrow for the 747. Lady Jet 2, good to see you. Stumpy stream, yeah, exactly, yeah. You're getting 2 stumpy streams put together. That makes it non-stumpy. Are we sure that's not too bright now with the sun? Is it alright? Paul, how do? So Paul, it's currently down to arrive from Chicago at 7:50 a.m. and depart before 11, between 10:30 and 11. National Airlines, Peter.
9001 Hotel, can they continue number 2 surface wind 240 degrees 10 knots.
Patricia says it's fine. Okie dokie. You won't do too well tracking them, Peter, because National Airlines have a number of contracts with the US military, so they're exempt tracking. Now obviously those times can change, as they always do with cargo movements. They tend to be later rather than earlier. Now, I can barely see that myself. Yeah, I can see it there now. When the sun catches the white, it's quite bad. I can turn it on and off as I go, so there's no stress.
Ryanair 201 Hotel, surface wind 240 degrees, 11 knots, runway 2 left, clear to land.
I think obviously when we had the cloud cover, it was just that little bit too dark. It seems to be better there now again. Done. I'll change it as needed, John. There's no stress. We had the sun blocked by cloud, and that's what was making it so dark. But there, when I zoomed in on that ATR, I could just see white. I couldn't see anything else. Matt, how do? And
240,
Sandra, Miss BWI. I'm going to suffer for that one later.
Ryanair 201 Hotel, vacate Sierra 5 up, Sierra 20 gives contact ground on 112 as well. Sierra 5 right here, 120, Ryanair 201 Hotel, next time. Didn't take her long, Patricia, either, did it? Straight in, straight into, yeah, okay, violence it is. So next in we're going to have Ryanair from Bratislava, followed by Copenhagen. I don't need to go to the airport with my camera to get a view. I can get that at home. I am joking, don't hurt me, sorry.
Tower, good afternoon, Ryanair 656 Juliet, establish NMP 28 left.
Ryanair 656 Juliet, today service at 240
Anna,
degrees 11.
morning to you. Well, afternoon here.
28 left, clear to land, Ryanair 656 Juliet.
Peter says, I hope tomorrow's landing 747 is N56CA, named Laurie, white and red national. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? I think a lot of them are silver though, aren't they? They obviously have a couple of plain white ones, but I know silver and blue is their primary colour. No, John, I'm wearing my raincoat. It's not that cold.
Rider 290 Juliet, full established right back.
9 Juliet, can I continue number 2, surface 240, base 119.
Continue rider 90 Juliet.
Andy, how do? I understood, John. I was being silly. It's either a 321 Neo or one of the XLRs gone out the far side by the sound of things. It's like the famous one, policeman, pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks. Gavin, welcome. Katie's still here. She's just crouching down. Crotcheting. Now that's the way I used to slag my wife. She was crotcheting. Crocheting.
Clear to land rider 9 Juliet.
Sorry, nearly hit off the side of it there. Just the one, I think it was the last one. Atlanta is always last to leave around midday, isn't it? Look at you trying to get me back. Wah, wah, wah. Andy is from the Simon Lowe Madhouse. Welcome, Andy. Oh, the hamster worked on that one for a while, did it? John Michael, hello. Peter, thank you very much. Welcome along. I'm weird like that though. I'm not happy with this camera today for some reason. I don't know what it is. Do I know Ernest Aviation from Toronto? I think he mentions her stream in some of his videos. Have I seen a stream from Toronto? EK162 rolling. Look at this. Adrian with the demands now. I'll do what I can. I have limited viz. See it? Look, Adrian, it's in the bushes. I could barely see that now because the sun is behind me, so when I turned around I couldn't see the screen. Yeah, he is, isn't he? John Prop. It's probably coming up under the Ryanair now, is it? Thanks, Colin. So, for those that aren't here frequently or are only here since yesterday, I'm stood on one of these. I have to make sure I don't drop at them. I'm stood on one of these stone blocks. So, when we're streaming from this spot and Helen or Adrian are like, oh look, turn around. It's a delicate balancing act, working around the tripod and not falling off the block. John, it is used frequently for that by others. I refuse to, but yeah, it is used frequently for that by others, and during the summer, when the wind is a certain direction, it doesn't help. Mark, welcome. I moved too quick. It was that or fall, so I opted not to fall. Yeah, Patricia, I know she caught the end just about of the stream yesterday after you fell asleep and left the sound blaring. But yeah, best wishes to Helen. Hope she's feeling better soon. There's an ATR on the way apparently. We've cloud cover again moving across the sun. It should only be temporary though. Patricia, you can't send someone their P45 when they're sick. You get sued.
Jamestown 53 Bravo Sierra, right turn, contact ground, 1 2 left by. Right turn ground 121, decimal 8, Jamestown 53 Bravo Sierra, go.
Reviewed proper play and it ended up on a puddle. Oops. Sorry. Hey, PP in a puddle, you know. John Hennessy says, are those pillars made from rubble from the flats because somewhere on that road the concrete from the flats was sent to be crushed? Didn't know that.
Tower, hello, very good afternoon, Ryanair 19 Papa Zulu.
Edward, I'm hoping to be here for it, yep. Now, remember, North Runway equals high fence, I do have the roof platform, but we'll have to see what the story is with the wind.
Thursday, Sherwood 58 Papa, this is established 28 left. Sherwood 58 Papa, apologies. The wind is from 220 degrees 12, gusting 19er, continue approach. Continue approach, Sherwood 58 Papa.
So we're having to jump between filter and no filter here. So Edward, the plan tomorrow is I'm going to start around 9:30 on departures and stay there till probably about midday, which will include the 747. Yeah, Mark, it's the same here. The sun isn't to last. The next hour or two we'll see cloud and rain move in. Declan?
When I'm happy to do a right turn at Sierra 5 on Sierra, indicated to contact ground, one destination. Okay, via Sierra 5, then Sierra and 121 Himalaya, Ryan 1 Papa Zulu.
Hello everyone at the dental hospital in Cardiff in Wales. My wife trained in the Dublin Dental Hospital. BA19 with a rejected takeoff, Ali is saying. 319, sorry. Ali, obviously it's cargo, we don't know what, unfortunately. Well, Mark, yesterday was the perfect example between low cloud, lashing rain, hailstones, and then 20 minutes later, sun. You couldn't make it up yesterday. And then after I ended, about 20 minutes after I finished yesterday's stream, a huge thunderstorm rolled through the airport here. And we were actually quite lucky because my son was at home and he said they had a temporary, as in like a 10-second power cut at home. So the computer turned off. That would have ended the stream, so we were quite lucky. Brian, how do?
Sure, 58 Papa, right turn, contact ground, 121 destination. Right turn, ground, 121 destination.
Absolutely, 4 seasons in one day.
Sure, 4 golf turn, 230 degrees 10, gusting 19, 1.2 left to land.
Runway 28 left, clear to land from Rock 4, Golf Charlie.
Dave Flynn, how do? Chris? Colin says, spoke too soon when I said it was sunny. Baltic now and lashing hail. But that's what I'm aiming to avoid today by finishing up before 3, hopefully. I won't get destroyed because I did yesterday. Now, the gear was all fully waterproof yesterday, but there's nothing worse. And then I was actually lucky. We had that little dry spell at the end of yesterday's stream, which meant my jacket and rain bottoms dried out naturally, so they were good for today, but needing them tomorrow as well. I don't want to get destroyed today. Carol Ann, unfortunately it's that time of year. The hay fever sufferers now will start to notice the change in pollen levels. Mr. Phil, welcome back. Haps, that's why I love streaming on a Monday when I can, because during the winter schedule, Monday is one of the busiest days of the week. There's over 600 aircraft movements today, whereas Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday that drops to below 500. See, it's not just the bike drivers that do it. LX1, welcome back. And Anka, really enjoying the stream with nicer weather than yesterday, although really enjoyed the video angle yesterday, having both departures and landings on the same runway. Anka, I absolutely agree with you. I love when Dublin Airport is on single runway. Everything in one. We have to rely mostly on runway 16 for that, the crosswinds, but occasionally when they're on reverse ops and they're operating on the 10s and we have low visibility, we'll get single runway as well, but there's been quite a lot less of that this year than there was last year. Laura Coyle, welcome.
Gemstone, 3 Quebec, I'll establish 2 left. Just 1 3 Quebec, the wind is from 210 degrees 16 runway 28 left for that.
So it's actually become more of a crosswind since we started, I think. Let's see. Aiming for me, look. Can I see it? we went to land there. I said, no, better not. Soc's going to give it to you. For some reason, I sang that in my head before I said it. What was that? What was that song? X. Yeah, X going to give it to you. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Exhibit. Was it Exhibit? Or was it DMX? Caroline, I'm terrible for doing that too, especially with LA flights now being in Anchorage and it's much later, and then he'll finish up around midnight, 1 o'clock Irish time, and then I'll find like Wellington flights or Sid Squad or something like that. Farmer says heavy showers on the way, maybe thunderstorms. I did see that warning, Farmer. That's why I plan on finishing in the next hour or so, hopefully before they get here. Like I said yesterday, we're splitting the Monday stream in two. Part of it today and then part of it tomorrow for the 747. However, by the looks of things, I may not get an hour. The cloud base is fast approaching from behind me. Yeah, but except I didn't put any of the rain covers on today. Anka, I was saying that to my wife. I had LA flights on the other night, and Peter kind of zoomed back and panned, and the mountainscape behind that airport is awesome. Me and John will be there Sunday, won't we, John? So A330, I presume it's the LA flight. Yeah, John, I know you said before you don't watch American streams, but I think he's extended his stay in Anchorage for the next 5 days or so. He's going to have a daily stream there. And then I think he's heading to Miami on Friday or Saturday, isn't he? Andy, chat later. Paul, talk to you later on.
Yeah, Sherman 9, I get your right turn. Comes like ground, 1 to left, like what else?
Western ground 1 to 1 left,
Sophie, afternoon to you. No, Dave, LA flights. So Peter's in Anchorage again for the next 4 or 5 days, and then I think he's hitting Miami on Friday. Alistair, welcome back. Right, so we've 3 arrivals in pretty quick succession. Well, actually not quick. We have Ryanair coming in from Rovaniemi, Santaland next, then Madrid, Lisbon and Manchester. At that point I'm going to try dodge the rain. Hopefully I do. We'll see how it goes. If I do end abruptly, it's not because I want to, it's because I have to protect the equipment.
You're all speed down.
But like I said, remember, I am going to be back with you in the morning anyway. We're going to do a morning of heavy departures on the North Runway, and hopefully get that 747. Sophie, 9 months in the Spotters Club. Thank you. John, welcome along. So we've nice blue sky one side. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see it. And then this is what's coming. So that's what we're hoping to avoid. Dreamweaver, hello. Adrian, I find there's nothing worse when your employer actually expects you to do something. Owen says, rumours the next two NEOs for Aer Lingus will be ETOPS certified, NSG and NSH. I've seen a photo of NSG the other day on Twitter. Thumbs up. There you go. I see, obviously it may not be too much of a push for the 320, but Breeze obviously talking about coming into Dublin, and they want to ETOPS certify their A220s, ETOPS Wookiees. Sorry, Breeze, B-R-E-E-Z. They were talking about bringing 220s into Dublin.
Check. 220 degrees 15, that's the 21.
Lima Kilo, we're 6 miles out ILS, 28 left.
40 Kilo, not you continue to go to English from 220 degrees 14, gust 21.
We'll continue.
That's the Breeze doing that, I'm sorry. Oh, heavy on the right, their side. Our left. I seen there was some concern online there a couple of days ago. Iberojet are talking about flying Max 8 from Madrid to Cancun. 10 hour, 11 hour flight on a Max 8. Absolutely at the upper end of its limitations.
Right turn, 121,
So some people reckon it's a mistake that they're not actually going to do that, but the Ibero summer schedule is showing the max 8 on the Madrid to Cancun route. So I think it's well 10 hours and 15 minutes. So the equivalent of being on a Ryanair flight for 10 hours. No thanks. So as this front moves in behind me, the breeze is picking up a little bit. I am sorry. I imagine I have another 5 to 10 minutes or so before this rain's going to be on top of me. John, do you have the option of getting a wide body into Anchorage? I would have thought there's nothing direct anyway, and all the connecting flights are narrow body. I tell you, I was looking at flights to New York. Obviously you can fly direct with Aer Lingus, but Play via Reykjavik is quite reasonable. I think it was 320 quid return per person for New York. Oh yeah, no, I get you, John, yeah. Over the pond, yeah. Now, the thing with Play is if you were to fly here, you'd be leaving on the 320neo, and then you'd be taking one of their 321s, I imagine, to New York. That wasn't me moving, that was the plane.
Good afternoon, Jeff. 43 Delta. Just have a chair lens for 2 left. Jeff, 43 Delta, 240 degrees, 12, goes to 24 knots.
Keeping the zoom back now, just to reduce the shake levels. Tom. How do? Look at Rod throwing the gauntlet down there for John. What about a 7.5, John? You know, proper plane. Mark says I'd go via Iceland just for the hell of it. Yeah, same. To be honest with you. Now, obviously, right, Matt's saying the rain is starting. I can see it falling, yeah. So I'm going to let this ATR come in and then we're going to wind up, folks. So, David, at the moment, the MAX 8 flies transatlantic. Air Canada uses a MAX 8 into Heathrow. We had it here as well, 1 or 2 days last year. So folks, to beat this rain, this will be the last one, but never fear, we are back in the morning on departures for the 747. Oh, 737, 700, wow. Tom, thanking you. Glad you got home safe, by the way, on your road trip. Did the coffee cup come in handy? No bother, Patricia. Like I said, this was just a quick one because it was to be busy, and hopefully tomorrow will be even busier. We're going to have all the heavy departures on the North Runway between 9 and 12.
Right turn down ground 121 this way, just on 40 until the end.
So that rain is just hitting the petrol station down the end of the road there now.
Good afternoon, Ryanair. Bravo Whiskey, fully established ILS to 8 left.
Thankfully I didn't have to fill the coffee cup after emptying it. Tom was driving back to Kansas from Denver and he had a coffee the size of his head. Folks, don't forget, if you are a member, there is a Discord group there that we're all in, and it's in your perks. The link is there for you to join should you wish. Thank you all for joining me for this short little... we'll get the next one, will we? We'll get the next plane? We'll get the next one. If I get wet, it's my fault. There's one more. One more. It's just there, I think. There it is there. We'll get it. Famous last words. Anyway. Keep an eye on the schedule. When I get home, I will put up tomorrow's stream. I get to use the picture I took 6 years ago, airside, here in the airport, of a 747 at the 300 gates. Look at Sandra throwing out the twofer, look. You can't go. I should never have said that about the twofer rule. Sandra was trying to abuse it the whole time. Oh look, a threefer. The two of them in on it now. Right, so after this lands, we're done, folks. I'll be back with you 9:30 in the morning for some North Runway heavy departures.
Tower, hello, Ryanair 3 Hotel Golf 28 left. 3 Hotel Golf, close the winds, 21, delivery breeze 13, goes to 21, continue from. Copied, Ryanair 3 Hotel Golf.
And in advance, I'm not using this camera tomorrow. The stabilisation on it just isn't great. The picture's class, but stabilisation is just not there. Right, we're away. We'll see us all in the morning when hopefully we'll know what version of the national 747 is coming in.
Right turn, contact ground, 129.
Thanks everyone. If you haven't, do hit the like button for me, and we'll see us in the morning.
Right, 3 Hotel Golf, 210 degrees, 11.
Bus.
Here's the last line, cheers we go.
Rain might hold off, despite the fact that I can see it. Right, see us all later. Oh, hang on, we'll get this as a turn. Nice, ending on a wave. Them's the rules. Right. Mods, thank you. And obviously, John, I know you probably won't be here tomorrow. You are elsewhere, not a problem. But yeah, chat to you tomorrow.